Well, if you're a member of the truth community, you know that you can't spin a cat these days without coming up against our next subject on Kappo and The Rev. You know what we're talking about. Oh wait, this is Anne of Green Gables.
How dare you!
We're talking about this bad boy, the Holy Bible. Sorry to ruin your summer, kids, but you're going to Kappo and The Rev's Bible Camp.
Thank you for being
It's Kappo and The Rev's Summer Bible Camp. All right, son. All right, step up to the dish, boy. The first lesson, and maybe even only lesson we're going to cover here, is study it for yourself. Study it for yourself. Do it on your own. First and foremost warning. Listen to no man. Only listen to the leaders in edutainment. Kappo and The Rev. You ever go to the 20-year class reunion?
No, I never went to the 20-year class reunion. Never have I ever.
Well, Revy, this is your life. That's where you're going, dude. You're going to Bible camp.
Oh, okay.
And of course I'm kidding. Certainly don't listen to Kappo and The Rev.
We're going to a park and
The
then it's
psychological torture.
I seriously thought
that is Kappo. No, you're going to Bible camp.
Okay.
Because what you're going to find when you open up this book, and the warning number 2, beware of the horrible power of black magic in our world. Is the Bible black magic?
Yes.
And the ability of people to twist your faith into different actions and control and thought control and mind control. Now, proceed with caution. You're going to have to do it sooner or later, and when you do, just beware that you got to take the whole thing in. Don't get all freaked out. Literally, on my first read through the Bible, I'm sitting there with like the kid from the Never-Ending Story in the attic, like, oh, I can never escape. Don't start flipping out and doing a bunch of crazy stuff, because, you know, it can happen. And that's the warning here, you know. And you can get into some really hardcore mind traps in some of this stuff. And so just tread lightly, but tread heavily as well. Batting third for Kappo and The Rev's Bible Camp softball team, it's the fact that this is just a translation of an ancient language and an ancient culture, supposedly, okay? So when you start reading words that you think mean something, look it up and find out what the true and real meaning and what all these guys were talking in Greek and Hebrew and an ancient language. Because if you start talking like some sort of southerner where it's like, I'm gonna read this part here.
It's like who in Georgia doesn't read the Bible?
And then I'm turning on CNN and I'm getting into some headline eschatology. It's just like, shut up and read it, and put it in, and put it here. Put her there, folks.
By the end of it.
Oh, look at that, more solid content. Number 4, okay? There are other books. There are other ancient scriptures that were not canonized by the Nicene Council in 331 or whatever, okay? Speaking of other books, though, check out Kappo and The Rev's reading of Anne of Green Gables, ladies and gentlemen, on our YouTube channel. Simply search for Kappo and The Rev, Anne of Green Gables. Go to www.kappoandtherev.com and join us for an enchanting reading of a childhood classic. Batting 5th for the Kappo and The Rev's Bible Camp softball team is the fact that there's a lot of truth in here.
I sweat for Jesus.
As we're unraveling the lies and the deceptions of our day, it's like, oh, wait a minute. Things are starting to sound an awful lot like the books that were written a long time ago. You know, modern cosmology only been around for 500 years. Everyone who was involved in this didn't believe in the bullshit that we believe. You have to understand the dance of Kappo and The Rev.
Oh yeah, it's delicate.
There is some very profound stuff.
Yep, while you gently get your granny ash going.
Oh, I'm being so John close to that. That is the key.
And when you start making the argument that no man could know some of these things at the time that they know it. Now, I'm going to get into that a little later, but
Break it down for me, fellas.
I don't end up getting to the point, so let me break it down for you real quick. If the timeline that we've been presented with isn't actually true, then we don't know what came before, so therefore anybody could have written things if they knew it. there's truth and wisdom and an immense amount of character development you can get by checking out, you know, the Kappo and The Rev Bible here, by the way. You know, we'll have our own translation. Get that money rolling in. Batting sixth and playing shortstop, the hot and speedy fact that it's totally infiltrated.
Suddenly you're slowly starting to see this baffle come over me. I don't know what to do.
This religion is like, well, the main source of the religion, the Catholic Church, is like a complete lie. Like, anybody who reads the Bible gets to the fact, it's like, well, wait a minute, the Pope isn't what he says he is.
What's your favorite Vatican secret?
They just keep all the aborted fetuses and use them for sex later.
The fact that the mainstream message you get from the religion itself is the synagogue of Satan.
Woo! All right, run it out.
Batting seventh and gets set to drive in a few runs for the Kappo and The Rev Bible School softball team. It's the nation of Israel, Zionism, the fact that our media is controlled by people who sell us on this narrative of the last 100 and some years. And, you know,
Do you support Israel?
Kind of like a jockstrap.
Who's hitting about 400 at Bible camp here.
And here they are today, you know, claiming it, naming it, and claiming it over there. Really, really spooky. Oi, Gavolt! Alright, we're bringing up the rear here. We're batting eighth, but this is the most important part, truthers. You want to be a truther, you gotta understand all the terminology. All the different denominations. You gotta understand why these guys do this and why these guys do that and why these dudes are fighting these guys and why these guys are fighting those guys. And
name as many Christian denominations as you can.
Cultists, wasabists.
And honestly, you're going to find yourself along the way. And that's why I said don't necessarily be dissuaded by the fact that if there's war and famine and horrible people and Rothschilds at the top, that God doesn't have his hand in it. God is, if I believe in him, a very sovereign creator and has as much hand to do with good as he does with evil.
Yep, here's your problem. Someone set this thing to evil.
That's a tough one to swallow. And it's a weird concept because...
Is God evil?
Not inherently so.
Like I said, much of mainline Christianity doesn't sell us that product, so...
But since we don't judge, we don't know the difference. He judges. So only he knows all his own atrocious acts.
Oh, there's some great channels you can... I'll put some links in the descriptions for some places I think give you the straight Duke. The straight Bible Duke. How hip and... I'm like trying to be all hip and modern with the Bible, you know? Poop emoji with a cross on it. This is just a marketing effort in everything we do.
On Kappo and The Rev.
He's batting ninth, but he is the most important part and the cornerstone of pretty much everything you're supposed to get here. Get out of this. It's the person of Jesus Christ. Examine him for yourself. Here's my theory. If they are who he says he is, he's here now. Talk to him.
They are who we thought they were.
Say something. Act on it. Knock, and he says he'd answer. You know, and then listen and wait. Hello, Orlu? Put me through to the one true God.
Hello, Kappo. How are you?
You want to talk to him? You look at this world, we look at what we're finding as in the truth community, and we're getting closer and closer to the fact that if science is real, we're the science experiment. You know, this is an aquarium, folks, or some sort of, who knows who we are, you know? But a lot of answers you can get from the Bible. I love it. I love the seeking. I love the ideas of it. I've gone down a lot of rabbit holes with God and Christ and Hebrew roots and all the various things you can do and prosperity theology versus, you know, your cessationism and your real Pentecostal style gifted Christians. I mean, everything exists. And so faith is a powerful thing. It's also a powerful tool. So you know, realize that you're something special. Your consciousness creates this faith that really can change and shift your mind and make you see things in all sorts of new ways. And that's what we're thankful for, is the new eyes. Christ said, if he has eyes, let him see. Ears to hear, you know. And then all of a sudden we realize in the truth community, we start looking at some of these things we've seen our whole lives, but under this heavy indoctrination. And then we see it with those true eyes, our animal eyes, the eyes that see things as they truly are and not as what people have told us they are. So, you know, thank you for coming to the Bible camp. You're free to go. Bell's ringing. You should have shut this off, but you made it. So as far as I'm concerned, you were a seminary graduate of KappoandTheRev.com. You have all the authority of the holy power of the Rev. I'll bestow it as Kappo here on Kappo and the Rev. Thanks for listening, and thanks for watching the KaTR News Network.
Dude, I really thought you meant I was going to the 20-year class reunion right now, and that's why I was in a stunned silence. I was like, is this fucker having me get in this beautiful outfit and taking me to the 20-year class reunion, and just like that last park was just a ruse to be like, oh we're going to a park. And
the
then it's
psychological
like,
torture.
I seriously thought.
That is Kappo. No, you're going to Bible camp.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, now I got you in this great mood about it.
Yeah, I'm
I am just a filmmaking genius.
What a producer.
This is my baffling reel.
If you saw me before when I was unbaffled, and suddenly you're slowly starting to see this baffle come over me, I don't know what to do.
Keep doing it.
Oh, well. That was Natch.
You know the great